if it's going to stop Donald Trump. So Katrina Pierson from the Trump campaign joins me now. Katrina, thank you for taking a few minutes here. Going to talk now to Donald Trump's national campaign spokesperson, Katrina Pierson. Obviously, the Wisconsin primary race heating up, that contest on April 5th. Some saying this is the last chance for the Republican establishment to stop Donald Trump, if it's going to stop Donald Trump. So Katrina Pierson from the Trump campaign joins me now. Katrina, thank you for taking a few minutes here. I want to start with the biggest controversy in this Republican race right now, and this is over this issue of the candidates' wives, whether they're fair game in this campaign. Ted Cruz, your opponent yesterday, did not mince words talking about Donald Trump. This is what Ted Cruz said about Donald Trump yesterday. I want to play it and have you respond to it. Here's Ted Cruz.
I don't get angry often, but you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
So will you support him as the nominee?
I'm going to beat him for the nomination.
That's not answering the question, Senator,
I am
respectfully.
answering the question. Donald Trump will not be the nominee.
He's leading right now. You just looked in that camera and said he is a coward. Will you support him as the nominee?
Donald Trump will not be the nominee. Donald Trump is a gift wrapped in a pink little bow for the Democratic Party. It hands the general election to Hillary Clinton.
But what I want to ask you about there is the part where he called your candidate a coward. What do you say to that?
I think sniveling coward can be looked up online, snivelingcoward.com, and I'm kind of okay with that. But this is really good political theater. I've been watching the headlines over the last couple of days, and I got to tell you, this isn't about Heidi Cruz. This is about Melania Trump. Melania Trump was the one that was attacked, and everyone seemed to be silent on that issue. Mr. Trump stands up for his wife, and all of the sudden, there's this faux attack on Heidi Cruz.
Katrina, let me just to clarify here, what Ted Cruz and what his campaign are saying is that was not Ted Cruz, that was not the Ted Cruz campaign that put that picture of Melania Trump out there. That was a super PAC. You know, we live in this age where these super PACs are sprouting up all over the place. It's an anti-Trump super PAC, but it wasn't the Cruz campaign. It wasn't Ted Cruz who said he wanted to make this an issue.
It may not have been directly from the Ted Cruz campaign, but this super PAC was operating on the behalf of Ted Cruz. It was a pro-Ted Cruz ad, and from the beginning, since Mr. Trump entered this race, he disavowed all super PACs, sent out cease and desist letters to those who were operating in his name, and told the candidates, if you do not disavow super PACs, we will hold the campaign accountable for the attacks against him. And that's all Mr. Trump did.
So when that super PAC ad came to light, when Donald Trump found out about it, the first thing he tweeted was a direct message to Ted Cruz through Twitter, and he said that he would spill the beans on Ted Cruz and his wife. What does that mean, spill the beans?
Well, that means if you're going to bring my wife into this, I'll bring your wife into this. And spilling the beans is quite simple when it comes to Heidi Cruz. She is a Bush operative. She worked for the architect of NAFTA, which has killed millions of jobs in this country. She was a member of the Council on Foreign Relations, who, in Senator Cruz's own words, called a nest of snakes that seeks to undermine national sovereignty. And she's a member. She's been working for Goldman Sachs, the same global bank that Ted Cruz left off of his financial disclosure. And who also has chairman on the board of the Federal Reserve, which is something that Senator Cruz promised to audit the Fed and didn't show up for the vote. So spilling the beans on Heidi Cruz simply means that her entire career has been spent working against everything Ted Cruz says that he stands for.
And very quickly, new polling out that shows Donald Trump doing particularly poorly in the general election among women. Does this dust-up hurt him even more with that group of voters?
No, I don't think so, because we've been hearing this for a very long time, and the GOP didn't have women problems magically on June 2015. Mr. Trump has been winning women as these elections have occurred, and I think he's going to continue to win women simply because women care more about the education of their children, their safety and security, and their jobs in this country.
All right, Katrina Pierson with the Trump campaign. Thanks for the time.
It's great to be here.